everybody. How are you today?
Good.
You know what you should have is your plug-in.
I haven't.
Yeah, I think that was enough.
Okay, we're back on. For whatever we can do.
Soup. Very good soup. I'm not sure if it's homemade soup or
Oh, yes.
Campbell soup.
It's homemade, Dad.
Soup is progressive.
Josiah, are you okay? You need your mama. You need your mama, Mimo.
Where's his drink?
Right here.
Is he using this now?
Yes, but he's sloppy. Watch it. Hold his good mouth.
Used to make soup. The only thing I remember is soup with rice.
Soup with rice.
That's the one I remember most. Yeah. But, you know, I think they all kinds. They all kinds of stuff.
Just a natural.
Did she ever teach you to make something?
But, oh yeah, but his aunt, once I got son, she was there at
Okay.
you know, Sonny.
So did your mom call you Sonny all the
I
time,
gotta
Dad?
tell you that.
Okay.
I don't remember
And
that.
you never let me call him that.
No, she didn't.
She did too. You were Sonny in the family, honey.
When you met him, he was Sonny?
Yeah.
So who introduced you to?
Don't tell me no.
She called me Armando. Well, I don't, maybe when I was really young, I don't know.
What did your cousin Gloria call
Where
you?
did I pick up Sonny then?
I have no idea. Probably your ex, one of your ex-boyfriends. Yeah, let's talk about some of your mother's ex-boyfriends. She, you know, I found out.
What was your first impression of her? What was the word on the street about Prudence Chase when she was what? 20? When'd you meet her?
I remember. Oh no, 18.
No,
Prudence. Right after high school.
right after high school.
So you guys went to separate high schools.
Oh yeah.
I was a freshman. Oh yeah, we met through his cousin Gloria.
Were you a freshman?
Yeah, through Gloria.
A freshman in college?
Mm-hmm. Freshman in college, which made me.
Left after high school before.
I think even way back then, I think
I
it
was
was
18
still
when
after.
I
Oh, right.
graduated from high school.
Right.
Or 17. I graduated in June.
Is this good non-toasted or is it need a little toast?
It's
It's delicious. You can toast it 17 when you started.
When I graduated.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I guess when I
You were
started.
17 in September when you were a freshman.
Right.
So you met Dad when you were a freshman, 17 years old.
How was she
No,
been
I didn't meet
17?
him right
I
away.
went into
'cause
service in
I was
1940.
engaged to another boy.
Wait a minute.
And I-
Engaged?
Engaged.
How long did you date this
Rings
guy?
on her fingers, bells on her toes.
So you stole her from another man?
No, the other man had ditched me.
This was the mechanic. Bill. What's his name?
Don.
Don.
I hope it wasn't Bill. If you named his son Bill, I would be kind of,
That would be naughty.
yeah.
Who did that?
I think people get in big trouble for naming their kids after old boyfriends.
Okay, so Don dumped you.
For my best friend.
Who's that?
She's no longer her best friend. But actually, you
Now,
know
I
what?
never even heard
You
that
ought
part.
to invite that
I never
person
heard-
and tell her thank you so much.
I never heard that person's name.
You would have
Well,
missed
I
out
heard
on
Don.
having
Our
dad.
50th reunion. Was that our 50th? Yeah. High school reunion.
That's the demonstrator.
You go up to this
Honey or hot?
lounge that they had, you know, when you first get there. And who runs up to me? But Patricia. Oh, Bruce, you was so glad to see me and da-da-da-da.
Did she marry Don?
Oh, God, yes, she had 4 sons by him. No,
You told you had 7 by Armin?
no, I mean, you can call me, I'm dumb, but I don't make the same mistake twice. Don had died. Just a year ago.
You wanted to introduce her to Rwanda.
And, you know, she would have buddy-buddied, she always liked what I had. You know, she would have
I wish
buddy-buddied.
you introduced me to.
No way. I made up my my mind not to do that.
Listen,
Honestly,
I believe
you know my friend Joanna?
because she was so sweet and nice to me when we were kids.
In Charlotte, her mother, who is twice widowed now, ran into her old boyfriend at like I don't know if it was her 50th, but a 40th maybe high school reunion, her boyfriend from high school. They're getting married.
Oh, good.
He was newly widowed, and they're getting married in May. Isn't that a bitch? So anyway, so we,
Well, if
Patricia,
I get if I die on you, then I'll take care of it.
All right, so she was a freshman in college. She graduated from high school early at age 17 in June and started college at 17 in September. And when did you meet?
I think, Dad, that we
I'm
met
not sure if it's
Yeah, we
freshman
met-
year or.
between the freshman and sophomore
is he doing okay, Kay?
year. Because,
I went into service
it was in my
in
freshman year.
43, May of 43.
that Don broke my
Okay,
heart.
just before I turned 20.
Had you gone to school at all?
I'll have a hug of you.
In May,
And
before,
when did
before
you
you had to go
meet?
to service?
And when did you meet Mom?
Well,
some cheese, Mom?
Yeah.
Before
I
you
go-
went into the service.
end of 42,
He was working
uh,
at, you were working
I
at.
went to, I was going to
Ford.
radio course school. Remember that? Started up in December. I met her before that, so we met in 42, at least in 42.
Summer of 42.
Graduated in 41. We
That's
did.
got a ring to
And
it.
I agree.
Between the freshman and sophomore year.
And where were you working?
Well, I was working at Buffalo Arms, Chippewa, making machine gun parts.
When did you work at Ford?
After 46.
You were taking classes at the university? Or no?
No, they were at a technical high school, but it was under the sponsorship of the University of Buffalo.
And what classes were they?
Basically, I joined the service in reserve. Okay, this was a course that taught radio repair. The idea being,
Right.
if you graduated, you'd be inducted into the service after just 8 months. And they'd give you a T5 rating, which is equivalent to corporal's rating. They start you off a T5 rating. Which was, 2 steps up from being a private, first class private, meant more money. And it was challenging. It was radio repair. It wasn't just being an infantryman. And it's part of the Signal Corps, which is communications. So I went up there. And the first thing you had to do was pass the physical before you let you sign up. And
You mean you're
Right.
taking pictures?
Yeah, this is all on video camera.
the guy checked.
Yeah, this is on video.
Yeah, the guy checked me
He knows, Mama.
for my eyes. The red light on? See, the red light's on. Hi. So, you check your eyes, without your glasses. It's the sun, not sunny, sun. You ain't gonna make it. Yeah.
I believe
And I said, so your eyes aren't good enough without your glasses. 22, 300, something like that. I said, hey, I'm just gonna go into the Signal Corps, just for a course, it's all it is, Well, you wanna go, okay. I mean, I could have been right there,
Oh.
out of it completely.
I think there's a opening.
But anyway.
There, we'll give a little bit of it.
Got into the course, and we met twice a
I
week,
think Joey's done with
on
this.
weekends,
So,
at
want to give him a little?
night.
Sure.
The deal being that every week, you had a test. And you passed, if you didn't pass these tests, then you'd be automatically, called into active service.
Pressure. No horsing around.
No horse around. You flunk one test, you're out. Out, in active service. Anyway, so
He might just plumb before.
I got through all of that, got into the service, and during all this time, your mother and I were dating.
Okay, when did you first meet?
So we met?
At a dance?
No. He came over, stayed overnight.
She was, Dad, Mom was friends with Dad's cousin.
His cousin.
Oh, was that? Oh, okay.
downstairs. I didn't stay overnight with you. And then he sent a note by Gloria.
In the summer.
Oh, that was after you got back.
Gloria was always,
He wrote you a note asking you out? He didn't ask you out in person?
This was when I came back from the service.
Did you ever write to her when you were in the service? But wait a minute, you corresponded before your first date?
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, we're still getting back to the first date.
okay.
You went to school with Gloria.
We had dates, and then he came home on leave from the service.
Wait.
We had dates.
But back up a little. The first dates, when Gloria
You
hooked
went
you
to,
up.
did you go to school with Gloria? And she said, I want you to meet my brother, my cousin.
We had Aurora, Adriana, and Gloria.
Looking for a good
Three
woman.
girls. Each one of them had a girl for him. And they were competing.
He needed more sisters.
Of course, his mother and his father, more his father than his mother, but his mother's the one too. They too did not like this Irish gal.
So that's the one Dad went for. The other one were,
Indiana had a good Italian gal. And Aurora had a blonde.
He was Irish.
Was she Irish? She was blonde. Your mother kind of liked her. She had the two of us to dinner. Oh, Nora was clever. Yeah.
At the same time?
Uh-huh,
Dad to
so
meet
Dad
you?
could compare.
oh, God.
No, this was after he was dating both of them.
What was this now?
What was her name?
I don't remember her
Let me
name.
take that big boy.
Dad, what was her name? Blonde Irish.
Talk to my sister.
Good answer.
I remember the Italian girl, what was her name? I kind of remember.
I've never heard of
Yeah, what was it?
Philomena.
Philomena, yeah. Philomena.
You went to St. Philomena's Church
Nothing?
when you lived in Cleveland.
She fell in love with a non-Italian and married him and divorced.
Be happy now.
Alright, so you dated Mom, a few other women before you went in the Army. Then Mother wrote you letters while you were in the Army. Did these other women write you letters while you were in the Army?
I think Philomena wrote letters.
Did you write anybody?
Yeah, I wrote to your mother.
Did you write Philomena or?
I wrote more to Philomena than to your mother. 'Cause she wouldn't answer my letters.
Mom wouldn't?
Really, Mom?
She was mad at me.
Because you were writing to Philomena?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea. You have to ask her. She's never given me an answer that I could put my teeth out of.
Hey, Joe.
He was dating, running around with other boys.
We weren't engaged.
I do.
Okay, so he came home and he sent you a note through Gloria?
Weeks after he was home. I knew he was home. But he had to date the other gals first.
Is that true, Dad?
Yeah. They proposed to them and they turned him down.
Proposed
So
to
he
anybody.
came.
Did you propose to you?
No. They didn't propose to me either. Where'd you hear that story?
My aunt
All these years you thought you asked someone else first?
She's gonna watch her up and
She turned down 2 proposals. I was the 3rd one, I think, or was I the 4th one? I get completely confused how many. You know. Talk about being, you know, a 4th-class citizen.
He loves patting in the back.
Okay.
So, you came out from the service, now, just as a sidebar, so Mom, you were engaged to Don at 17. Who were these other 2? He was the only one?
She
Okay.
lied, she lied.
Okay.
She'd have 2 guys over to her house at the same time,
Well, so did you.
you know, dating both of them. No, I never did.
You never did, okay.
Donna had Mom over for dinner plus the blonde.
Let's tell the story, I don't remember that.
Probably one guy was Auntie's boyfriend.
Where the hell was I?
You were there.
Oh, I couldn't.
She wanted you. You were.
All right, well, let's get back to what
She
happened
wanted you to compare us.
with, he's home a couple weeks, and he sends you a note.
Yeah, and he'd like to see me.
Can you remember any of your dates, any movies you went to or restaurants you went to? What would a date be like?
The only thing I remember, we were basically. Where did we go? Mostly we went to see her friends.
Just went visiting?
And her sister.
Was Auntie married by now?
Yeah, she was married.
So she had a place to go and visit.
Oh, yeah. Get Roger Jr.
She was pretty cheap date. Cause I remember, you know, I wanted to go to the beach and so forth, but she wasn't into that at all.
Well, some things haven't changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
So-
just happy visiting.
So the time he got home from the service, what year was that, Dad?
46.
46. How long?
In May of 46.
So how long before you asked her to marry you?
It was in, I think it was January.
We were engaged for 9 months.
So around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Mom, do you remember how he proposed to you?
Oh, do I?
Okay, we gotta hear this.
Some things never change. As he saying goodbye to me, he had asked me to marry him. And I said I had to think about it.
Well, I mean, how did he ask you? Did he, was it at the end of the date, a
At
romantic
the
date?
end of a date, not romantic like you kids look up,
Yeah.
but he just,
Well, mine wasn't romantic either.
you know,
Joey, hit
how
the deck.
Christopher and Pat went through that, no. And he left, and I thought I hadn't given an answer yet. I get a call from his cousin.
Oh, because you were gonna, you said you had to think about
I
it.
had to think about it. I just thought I hadn't said yes or no.
Well, what made you not want to just say yes, yes, yes?
No, that wasn't my way.
Ah!
So,
Be easy with
and
the
his
thing.
cousin called me up and congratulated me. Or whatever, you know.
Uh-huh. Which cut?
So, Gloria. And
So she won.
yeah, she won. But then she was so hurt because I did not have her in the wedding.
Hot switch on it already.
I had your sister visit a girl.
In the wedding?
Yeah. And,
She didn't have Gloria in the wedding?
no, I should have, I don't know what. We had 3 sisters and my sister, and that got kind of big.
Uh-huh.
And,
Did he have 2 sisters?
yeah, he has 2 sisters.
Well, they didn't have huge things like,
Like they do now.
And I had 1.
Yeah.
And,
That's all right, that's understandable.
but then Roger Jr. was there. You've seen the picture.
yeah, beautiful.
He was so adorable.
Okay, so we had just been proposed. You were done with school, you said, Mom, and teaching?
I was teaching my first
And-
year.
And
I was
Daddy?
teaching in Lockport. Because,
You know,
You were so you had graduated from Buffalo State Teachers College in 1946?
46, and I was teaching, I had done my practice teaching in Lockport, and I was offered a job.
Okay.
And I taught 6th grade in Lockport. My dad dated me. I was also, remember you dating me while I was teaching in North Carolina. I did something kind of unethical.
Uh-oh, it's on tape, Mom.
I know. But at that time, it
it's
was
okay.
really
It's okay
bad.
if he was Irish.
Yeah, it's okay, but, my North Carolina paid more than Lockport. And they had an opening in 7th grade and 8th grade English. And I went and applied for it and got it. And I had to kind of break my contract in Lockport to do this. But it was in my hometown. It was in the school that I had gone to. So here I am, teaching with teachers who had taught me. It was really fun. And, of course, being the new gal in the block, they gave me they had it divided to,
Mom, they didn't have bad kids back then, did they?
no, not like this. God, no. I mean, you could get kids under control with a look. But now, a look doesn't even faze kids. You could stand on your head today and they wouldn't be good. But, no, we had I had no discipline problems. Anyway, I taught a half year. Was that after I got married I went there? I don't know. But I taught a half year and then got pregnant. I must have done this switch after I got married.
Prisons after he got married. I think when he caught half a
After
year.
half a year,
Half
yeah.
a year.
Because we got married in August, and I started teaching in September, and I got pregnant right away. Because I'd come home from school, open our door to our apartment, and have to head right for the bathroom.
But what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? So then we had Mary Alice that started
And, okay, so you were living where when Mickey was born?
Grant Street, North Carolina, New York. We bought this house before we were married, actually. Because our friend Kitty, remember Aunt Kitty, the one that Kitty's named after, lived right next door. And they had bought it because they wanted to control who their neighbors were.
And you passed mustard.
And we passed muster. She sold it to us.
Yes. Now Aunt Kitty's husband, is that Dudley?
Mm-hmm, Uncle Dudley.
But really his name is
Angelo.
Angelo. Now, I told Ellen the story of who she was named after, and I hope I got it right.
Yes.
But your mother, Mare, Helen, Agnes, Latin, had an older sister named Ellen Elizabeth Latin. Right? Okay, I'm good. Because I told this story to Mickey and to Ellen, neither of them knew it. I thought, well, I sure hope I repeated it right.
I'll be darned.
But I find it fascinating that
I don't know why you never
your
knew it.
grandmother would name a daughter Ellen and then name another one Helen.
Well, that Ellen, it was,
That'd be like naming somebody
I know, but
Katie and Catherine.
No, like Daryl and Merrill.
we got Karen and Catherine. They're still, the same roots.
Helen and Ellen are still a little closer. Don't you
Well,
think?
but anyway, they called her Nell.
I told them all the right way. I'm glad I remembered.
And
Did you know
I
that there ever
wanted-
was an Auntie Prue?
I wanted Ellen to be called
Auntie
Little
Prue's name
Nell.
is Ellen Elizabeth.
Little Nell.
Yes,
But my mother,
wanted to be called
I
the
heard
Ellen.
something, yes. My mother nicknamed her Wee Ellen, and that took instead of my
She just
little
didn't
Nell.
like that that name Nell? She
I
didn't want
don't
her
know,
sister
maybe
named
not.
Nell, she didn't want her granddaughter named Nell,
That's-
nobody was gonna be named Nell.
I wanted to call little Nell, and instead, Mary, you know how forceful she was. We Ellen, how was we Ellen?
There you go. All right, so, we're married. Dad, who'd you have in the wedding? Mom had Aurora, Adriana, and her sister, and little Roger Jr. Who was your men in your wedding?
I also had my little, Patty and Tina, weren't they in it? Patty and Tina were little flower girls.
Okay.
They were in water.
I had an uncle or a cousin, an older cousin, Tony. He was a handsome dog. And he had been his godfather.
He was whose
He
godfather?
was my godfather.
Okay.
Anyway, I guess he was the best man. And then,
Somebody else.
Roger and Milt Kramer, who was had a real crush on Aurora. Very, very bad. Who had proposed to her a couple of times. She kept and guy,
Somebody for it. Very young.
what's the guy, Herbie, was it?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. Remember why I picked her? Those were the ones, I think, I remember. No, Herbie. Get me one more. Add me one more.
Well, we'll look at the wedding picture, fill that one in. So,
I went to the short version.
Dad, when you first get married, what are you doing?
What am I doing when I first get married? I'm not working, I'm going to school.
Going to school?
I started school in '46.
Well, you told me you were working with her father the other
Oh,
night.
well, no, not then, this was after.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you. How did your mom, once you said you asked her to marry you, when did Nana begin accepting fruit?
Right away.
Right away? There wasn't any more stuff about it?
No, my father had the problem.
Horatio was slower. Okay?
It took me about 15 years.
I know it isn't.
It was longer than that.
No.
25 years?
I was gonna say 20.
You're the one that's always telling me he never liked you. I started changing it to him now. He's always telling me he never liked my cooking.
He had a long day.
I was not his favorite daughter-in-law, you know.
No, he was Italian and I was breaking up things. There were two of his children he never wanted to get married. Grandpa and Aurora. He wanted Butch and Adriana. Not those two, they were his. They were his security guards.
What about,
I was the first, you know, to break up his
yeah,
little
yes.
thing.
What about your parents? What was their reaction to Dad?
Because we don't know.
Right, did they like him right away? Were they
They were
hesitant?
very nice. Her mother never liked me at all. I mean, from the first day we met.
Really?
Yeah, never liked me. Her father, he and I got along. Whether he liked me or not, I don't know. We got along.
What do you think, Mom? What did they say to you in private? Do you remember anything?
She was married, didn't like the look
Didn't think he was honest looking?
No. She would say we were, Daddy and I, ill met by moonlight. And she brought things to Shakespeare. We had to interpret them.
Boy, did she and Al?
She said you and I were ill-meant by moonlight, and we weren't meant for each other.
Did you guys fight a lot when you were dating? Is that why she picked that up?
No, she on Grandpa, but Mary never wanted me to get married. You know, I mean, at that generation,
She did too.
they had
She
one
wanted you-
child that took care of the
She
family.
wanted you to marry, I
Like this
remember that,
96-year-old woman.
Henry,
What?
she say to me, Henry's such a nice boy. Prudence should really marry him.
Oh, Mary would say this to you.
Oh, yes, yes, when I would come to pick up Prudence for a date. And
Ah.
she'd figure some way to invite Henry over on that night.
So
Can I use this cup for Mom?
what'd you think of Henry?
I did, and when I was in high school, I had a crush on him, but I got over it. And I liked him.
He never got over her.
He never, no, he loved me too. But, he's never married.
It's a shame that because he would have been so much nicer too.
And
Oh, that
Grandpa was there working. We were just first married, you know, and I'm still scared of my in-laws. I had to cook dinner for him. For Grandpa, not. I remember. And I had mashed potatoes. And he told he didn't like mashed potatoes. He was just a devil. He knew Grandpa, you know. his
Did he
mother-
eat it?
Yeah. He was always teasing me.
She was a teasable girl.
Well, I sound like she was a tease back. When you ask her to marry her, and she says, "I'll think about it." I mean,
You know,
I don't
yeah,
think
she was-
I don't think many people say that back.
She had a smart lip.
So what goes around comes around.
Anyway,
Always been
the one who got us the house,
Mm-hmm. Thanks to the coffee penny.
she was a very good deal.
I'll have you over for lunch every day. Where are our babies?
Sharon is entertaining them.
Anyway,
She's got some experience on her resume.
I went to school to see I could all rights. Which was great.
Kitty was such a good girl.
I got 90 bucks, was it? $90 a month. Plus
I
tuition.
know we got a raise when we with Michael. We got a raise.
Under the GI Bill?
Yeah, 105.
I don't remember what it was.
Anyway, but it wasn't quite enough. The house payment, the house we got a 4% loan.
Oh, that was, I remember the house payments, $47 a month. The house cost $4,700.
And
$4,700.
We sold it for $8,000.
Wow, you
Big
made the
profit,
money.
because you stayed there, how many, 6 years?
So,
7 years.
well,
So you
But
had
Amy did everything.
all the way through Mark
we
was born there?
no.
well, that house put us through school, honey.
We stayed there till
I need a Tupperware for your situation.
1950 I graduated.
So then that's only 3 years.
Well, we got married in
We
47.
left
Yeah.
and came back on mine, that's where I figured 7 years.
Well, yeah, we were gone for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. So, but you
And then
didn't sell the house
No, then we moved back.
first time you left.
No, we didn't sell it, we rented it.
You guys left and came back a lot. Remember when we did that in, where was that? Was that Anderson? Yeah.
Okay, so you left Tonawanda because you took a job, you were telling me, with,
Well, the first job I got when I got to Cleveland was working for Westinghouse.
and where'd you live in Cleveland?
We lived in East Cleveland, near Windermere, which was the end of the trolley lines for Cleveland.
So,
And I drove to West Cleveland. That's where.
You better come find Mom. I'm getting lonely.
so it was just Mickey and Michael at this point,
Yes,
or is Billy, and you're pregnant with
And
Billy?
I got pregnant with Billy
In Cleveland.
in
yes,
Cleveland.
oh yes, oh yes.
So was Billy born in Cleveland?
Well, we were living in Cleveland when I came home to
Okay, we're-
stay with Auntie.
What,
so
right
we
before you
got
had the
So I
baby?
had that
Okay.
doctor that I was young. I mean,
What was
Thought
that?
I
What
knew.
was
Oh,
that kid's
hey.
name? What was it?
I wish I could've had Clary and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, so you were living in Cleveland, but Billy was born in North Tonawanda at,
One was born in Buffalo. You know, all of our babies were born at Millard Fillmore Hospital.
Millard Fillmore Hospital in Buffalo. You say all your babies, your first 4 or 5?
First five.
First 5. So you stay in Cleveland, what, a year?
Year and a half.
Go back to Grant Street, and then Andrew comes on the scene.
Right.
We have to back up. Michael chose the name
we go
Michael
backward,
because
Bill.
you love the name Michael.
Yes, that's right.
Alva after your
Mhm.
father. William Francis because
After my cousin.
your
My
cousin,
cousin and my grandfather.
and you had a cousin exactly named William Francis,
His name
and
was
your
William
your grandfather was just William.
Francis.
Oh, the other night you said just his first name was William.
Should be.
But it might have been William Francis.
Dilly has our whole family lineage.
Okay. And then Andrew Chase is born because Dad likes the name Andrew. Mom's not thrilled about it,
I wasn't.
but you slipped the Chase in there.
Yes, I decided every fourth child would have children.
Happy 4th child! Oh my God!
He never told me this.
Yeah, you said. You always told me you never knew how many kids you were gonna have. Every 4th child will have Chase.
Yeah, I think.
Say hi.
And you ain't, you can find it.
Say hi.
But wait a minute. That would mean John.
John should be John Chase.
Yeah.
Paul Chase.
We blew that one.
Bring it down. Down. Down we go.
But there's Andrew Chase and Christopher Chase.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. Well,
And then there's Chase, Vannon,
Mark's little son.
Catherine Chase,
Mm-hmm.
Elena Chase.
and then there's Chrissy's Angel Chase,
Elena Chase, too.
Elena Chase.
That would have made my father so happy. He's so proud of his name.
Well, this is the scoop. I have to go look at this house.
Goodbye.
Now, you
Keep talking.
Stay on the timeline.
Are we supposed to keep talking?
No.
Give them questions that they'll answer.
well, they have to answer jobs, dates, houses, children, birth, and why they're named.
Turn it off. I mean, it got me under too much pressure.
Okay. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Okay, it is February 10th, 1997, and we are at Nonna and Pops' house continuing our interview. Dad has worked up the camera for us with all our fancy gadgets, and he has a funny story to tell us that he wants to squeeze in before Mom gets the camera to herself.
Oh.
So
okay.
what is it, Pop?
All right. We, your mother and I, were going from North Tonawanda to Cleveland one Sunday night. And this was before Interstate 90.
Who's in the car with you?
The
Any
whole
babies?
family. The whole family.
Which constitute how many babies then?
That was Michael and Mary Alice.
Oh, okay. Oh, what a packed house.
Yeah, packed house. Anyway, I was driving. It was a dark and rainy night. And we were going through the town of Mentor. You remember this story?
Oh, I remember.
Oh, okay. And
My first frustration.
it was bumper to bumper traffic, and right in front of us was a big semi. You know, and I'm just, 5 feet away. He was stopped and so forth. He goes through the traffic light, and I follow him. And then we see the flashing lights. A Metro policeman pulls us over. Mary Alice and Michael were sleeping. We got to go to the police station. They had to get out the judge.
Oh, my. You were big criminals.
Yes, it cost a $50 fine.
Way back then, that would be a tremendous amount.
I mean,
Dad was going, we were going to Cleveland. He was going, my cousin Bill lived in Cleveland, and he loved Cleveland. And he had said when Dad had graduated from college,
Bill Barr.
Bill Barr,
Yes.
and couldn't get a job in his field. And so cousin Bill had said if he could get a job anywhere, it would be in Cleveland. He just was crazy about
So
Cleveland.
50 years ago, it was a growing
Yeah,
city, huh?
This was in 1950.
1950. And of course, I got pregnant for Billy. So it was,
On this trip?
no, not on this trip.
Well, wasn't Billy born in Cleveland?
Yes.
Now, what was the name of the hospital that?
No, Billy was not born in Cleveland.
No, he wasn't. We were living in Cleveland.
But you
I
came
went
back to,
home to Tonawanda to have my own doctor and
And then,
hospital.
okay, which hospital was it they were born at, you said?
Millard Fillmore
Millard Fillmore Hospital in North Tonawanda.
No, in Buffalo.
in
Buffalo.
Buffalo. The first 5 were born at Millard
It was
Fillmore.
a
Up
big,
to mine.
big hospital. Still there.
Steve
Okay.
Lee was born in Ravenna.
At John, what's the hospital in Ravenna?
Robinson Memorial.
Robinson Memorial.
Well, I
That's where Kitty Lou was born.
right, I'm really confused because Kitty was born in Ravenna, which is very close to Kent, but then,
You were living in Kent at the time, but you went to the hospital in Ravenna? Well, we're
Right.
getting ahead of
Okay.
ourselves.
Well, yeah, you
Living
get
in
ahead of yourself.
Mogador.
Okay. Okay, you never knew, I know, it's fascinating, isn't it? You just never know any of this.
Anyway,
Did you get a job in Cleveland?
yes, 3 jobs. Boom, 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 just like that.
And how long, you rented your house in North Tonawanda, next to the Gelatis,
Yes.
and so you kept ownership of it. You
And we
lived,
looked and looked and looked, because in those good old days, they were renting houses to families without children.
oh, okay.
They were,
The
people
one-
didn't want to rent houses, and we had 2. But anyway, we found this here house in East Cleveland,
Okay,
and we,
Upstairs.
we lived in a 2nd floor apartment.
Right next to the railroad railroad tracks.
You know,
You
an
know,
elevated railroad track, but went up a little bit higher than the 2nd floor.
so I met,
And this was the New York Central.
And when it went by, if I was on the phone, you couldn't hear.
The house would, you laugh, the house would shake like crazy.
did the kids wake up from nap time?
I don't think so, honey, but I used to sing to them. Peanuts sat on the railroad tracks. I recall the flutter.
The house would shake and the light, the whole house would light up. Big light,
Peanut
you know, in
butter.
front of it. Somehow I thought it was shining right in. It wasn't, it was going ahead.
Because that's all I could think of when that darn train went
It was
by.
a riot.
and how long did you live there?
Not long,
Yeah.
not very long.
But you, well, Cleveland, you went through 3 jobs and,
And 3 houses, I think. Then he met some. How did you get to know the Lebanese woman that we got her house to rent? Because she was a
Yeah, that's the story. Anyway, so I started off looking around. I had to go to, I went to employment agencies. I tried to get 2 a day. You know, sign up, you had to sign up and wait and get interviewed and all that kind of stuff. And that went on for maybe 2 weeks or so. Or maybe 3 weeks. So anyway, nothing was coming up. I was getting interviews, but that's it. Few interviews, not many. So anyway, I ended up getting a job at Westinghouse in West Cleveland, okay? We lived in East Cleveland, so they don't go from east to west, you had to go downtown through Cleveland a little bit.
what
And,
kind of car do you have now?
nice car.
We had a 41 Pontiac, black Pontiac.
She says nice car because she loves Pontiacs.
Well, it was a nice car, too.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
You're talking about the 49 Pontiac.
I'm talking about the one we got from the guy that lived next door.
That's right, that was later.
That was later? Okay.
That's the one we had in Cambridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
So
got a,
Cambridge.
you got a
Anyway.
job in West Cleveland, so did you move? Or did you
No, we stayed there. The job lasted 2 weeks because then Westinghouse went down on vacation. 2 weeks vacation, but they did not tell me when I started 2 weeks before that,
Oh,
You know.
gee. So they didn't want to, so you unpaid 2 weeks.
obviously. So then I got another job. I worked for Faro Machine and Foundry in Cleveland, 3rd shift. I worked there one night one night, and the next morning I came home, and your mother said I had a call to go get a physical, which I did, cleaned up, so I went to get my physical, and reported to FC Russell Company, Rusco Products.
First
And,
engineering job.
yes, and I was sitting waiting, and finally, this guy, Ed Cook, comes to me and says, "Oh, Armin, here. And, come on in, I don't want to introduce you to anybody." I said, "Why, do I have a job?" He said, "Yeah, you've been on the payroll since 8 o'clock this morning, you know."
Oh,
Anyway, so I started in that job, and that was an exciting job, okay, for me. Not for your mother, though.
well, she's excited. I can tell she was excited. This
That's
is your
what we
first
do.
job in your field.
That's when we moved downtown Cleveland, East 33rd,
Ooh.
East 33rd near Chester. And this was a house, a two-story house,
I wonder
two-family.
what's there right now at East 33rd in Chester.
I think the house is still there.
Is it? You should take a ride and see.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get there. You have to go around the other way. Anyway, and the reason I got the house is that one of the secretaries that worked at FC Russell, his mother owned the house.
Okay.
And I told her I was living on East Cleveland, and we're driving all the way down to, FC Russell's on the west side too, west side of Cleveland.
Is it still there?
Huh?
Is this company still in business?
No, I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, they made aluminum and steel storm windows,
Okay.
you know. But they had a plant in Conneaut, Ohio, had a plant in Columbiana, Ohio, and it had a plant in Salem, Ohio. I ended up going to each of these plants,
Okay.
okay? And they had an incentive, so I did a lot of time studies, basically. So I ended up with a couple other guys in Conneaut. So every weekend I'd come home and then go to Conneaut. Here's your mother now pregnant for Billy,
With two little ones.
2 little ones. That was not a happy time for Pampers.
Plus, is this the first time you've been away from your sister and your mother?
Mhm.
My
So,
hometown.
But
Did-
thank
I didn't go
heavens,
to church. Didn't know anybody. Nobody knew you. I mean, it was the weirdest feeling.
Carl,
You gone?
that's right.
that would be lonely.
It was.
And how long were you guys there?
Oh, we were there quite a while.
Hey, Daddy,
What?
you wanna come?
Come where?
He's going to pick up the girls and
Get your coat on.
Okay, so after Dad, you guys were in Cleveland.
yeah, that's where we met the Duffys. They
Okay.
lived upstairs. They had teenage daughters.
Did they babysit?
Yes, they did. And, she helped, you know, she'd come down a lot and talk to me. She helped. She's the one that taught me how to sew. She was
Oh.
she was a really great seamstress. She made all of her daughters' clothes for their dances.
So is
and-
this when you bought the Bernina?
Yeah, and she helped me go and pick it out.
Oh, okay.
And it was the best, and Dad was all for it, you know, usually
Mm-hmm.
he puts his, but and as soon as it got in the house, Dad was playing with it. It was a machine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I made were pajamas for Mickey and Michael.
Did they match?
I don't remember that.
Well, you know, I'm just
I know,
wondering.
that's my,
Well, if we find the
that's my
picture
Bridget.
someday.
So then, of course, I got pregnant for Billy. Well, he was born in October. Yeah, I remember how long we were there. Then we moved back in December, and it was raining. Oh, that was terrible, that move. Grandpa came to help us move.
So you have a 2-month-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old?
Yeah, And the people upstairs had gotten very fond of us, and especially little Billy, you know, the baby. And so what do they do that day? They get up early in the morning and they leave because they couldn't stand it to be there when we left. So here we are, with all the doors open when they're moving, cold, wet, and I had no place to go because they weren't home upstairs. I could have gone upstairs with the kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was something.
Little man's coming in there.
I think we pulled into Grandpa's house in Buffalo about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And this Nana is alive at this
Oh
time.
yes, Nana's still alive.
So did she come and see you when Billy was born? Did she come and help you?
I was home there in Tonawanda. I went home to Tonawanda to have Billy born.
So you, with the kids. So who watched the kids?
I stayed with Auntie, with Michael.
Okay.
And
And Auntie
Nicky.
had Roger Jr. and Prue,
yeah,
and that was it.
and maybe Raleigh.
Okay.
Because it would be Raleigh.
When did you and your sister decide you'd name your first daughters after each other?
Oh, when they were little girls.
When you made a pact?
She made it.
She decided, okay.
And I
So,
did too, but
who was born first, Mary Alice or Prudence?
Mary Alice.
Okay.
And Auntie always had one 3 months after I did,
Okay.
for the first 5.
Oh, all right.
And she didn't keep up with me as we moved away, but
So you moved back to North Tonawanda, back into your same house with,
and
now you
Daddy,
have 3 children.
yes, and Daddy got a job at Chevrolet.
Okay.
He had a school chum that had gotten a job at Chevrolet and told Dad to come. And of course, it was a good move. Dad was made a foreman,
Mm-hmm.
which was not the place for Dad. And I thought sure he was going to get ulcers, you know, because the foreman is in these big plants, the foreman's the guy in the middle. You know, there's the union down here bitching at him, and there's the management breathing down his neck.
Can you use this?
And so he's
Hey,
just in
Nate,
the
can you
middle.
climb up in that chair and give your Nana a kiss? Climb over there and give her a kiss.
Come on, Nate.
Can you climb up big? You gotta climb up big to kiss her so the camera can see you.
Come on, Nate.
Oh, that big boy, almost 3.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Tell the camera how old you're gonna be, Nathan.
Yeah, tell the camera how old you are. How old are you now?
Say 2, but pretty soon I'll be,
3. Come
Right?
on, tell us.
oh,
Tell us, tell us, tell us.
what a sweet boy.
I love you, yes I do. A bushel and a pack and a hug around the neck, a barrel and a heap, and I'm walking in my sleep without you.
So we know Mary Alice is, we've covered that. We covered Michael because you named him because you like the name Michael, and Alva after your father. William Francis is after your
Well,
Uncle?
really, my Uncle Bill,
Mhm.
who was William Frank,
Okay.
and then my grandfather, who is William, I don't know what his middle name was, come to think of it.
Okay.
Cornell, I think he was William Cornell.
Okay.
Oh, so English.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a bit of English in it, I just never brag about it, honey. Yeah, there's English in it.
Did you pick Francis because you like St. Francis of Assisi?
Yes, I did, honey.
Okay. So you're back in your house. Your parents are living upstairs,
Yes.
and Daddy's parents are just on the other side of town,
No,
You're
they're
in
about
Buffalo?
20 miles away.
20 miles away, and Auntie is still
And she's about 6 blocks away.
okay. So when
And my good friend Kitty is right next door.
so when Andrew comes on the scene
We were there.
there, and is all those significant people still in the same spots?
Right. We were all,
Grandparents above, sister close by.
everybody, it was all family.
So when when
My
did you name
hometown.
Andrew?
You
When did,
couldn't go downtown without bumping into somebody you knew.
when Daddy said he liked the name Andrew and you didn't, was it a big uproar or you just said, oh well, you can name this one, I've named the others?
No, it was just Dad wanted it. So, you know, your mother, I mean, I told him why I didn't like it. And so then we compromised that we would call him Drew,
Uh-huh.
which we did until he decided
It would be Andy.
that he wanted, when he got, I think he was about 10, honey.
Oh, okay.
When he got into football there in Anderson,
They started calling him Andy.
he decided he wanted to be called Andy. He told
Okay.
everybody his name was Andy.
When did Mary Alice or Darlene, how did she come home and tell you she didn't change her name to Mickey? And when did you start
Well,
calling?
she did that, I think that was in Greenville when she was about 12. She started with the little girls, with Kitty and
So she didn't come to you first. She just
Oh, no,
recruited the
she
little
just-
ones first.
she just decided, told everybody she was going to be called Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. So I didn't for a long time.
Do you call her Mickey now?
And now I find myself calling her Mickey. She's Mickey on her telephone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, that's the way those things happen.
Just give up on him.
Andy's Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, the first 10 years of his life, he was Drew. Little boy Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to call Ellen Nell. And that was my mother.
How was your father proud that Andy's name was Chase?
Oh, yeah, he said so cute to my mother. Well, she must still like her name.
Oh, okay.
He was so proud.
All right, well that's
She
good.
must still like her name.
So let's see. Then Mark's born in the same scenario. Has Auntie moved away or anybody moved away yet?
Nobody's moved away. We were the moving away ones.
So you're still there, and Mark Leo is born, and Mark Leo's named after.
My Uncle Leo, one of my favorite uncles.
Okay.
The one in Lockport.
And this Uncle
Who died
Leo
of cancer.
is Mayor's brother.
Mayor's brother.
And so was William, or was William
No, William
Alva's
was,
brother?
no, William was Mayor's
Yes.
nephew.
Okay.
Annie Cruz's son.
Yes.
And we learned in a previous conversation that there really was never an Auntie Prue. Her name was Ellen Elizabeth. But Mare thought her big sister was so wise she called her Prudence. And then it became Auntie Prue. So,
And we're talking, just last week we learned who my namesake
Yes.
was. And I'm almost 40.
Well, shows you never took time to talk to your mother.
No, I don't think so.
all right, so Mark Leo is born, and by now, what, Mickey's in kindergarten or first grade?
Oh, let me see.
Big bear. I'm big bear. Oh, big bear.
She must be in kindergarten.
And Daddy's still at Chrysler?
No, it's Chevrolet.
Chevrolet, I'm sorry. Daddy's at Chevrolet,
Yes,
and Mark Leo is born. Now, there's got to be a move coming up, because
yeah.
Catherine Louise is born somewhere else.
Yeah, I was pregnant for Kitty when Dad got the offer at Amatek.
Okay.
And you
So-
moved to Magdor.
Then we moved to rent, and there was a little house. I could probably show you
I
that.
keep this. I keep this.
No, honey. You can play with it here.
Okay, so you moved to Magdor.
And it was a little brick house. Not a brick house, it was a cement house, block house.
Here, hold him.
Yeah.
Get 2 more minutes.
Where are your boots?
Oh, that's, first thing I did was make an appointment with the doctor. You know, but before I got to see the doctor, my water broke.
Oh, my
And it
goodness.
was coming, you imagine that, it was drenched down. And I called I called the church to see if they didn't have somebody could come and stay with the children.
You had nobody to watch the kids.
No, nobody to watch the kids. So,
Did the church send somebody? So what'd you do?
Nana came.
How long of a drive was it for?
Oh, it wasn't long, honey. You know,
From-
well, 3-4 hours. And,
Oh, it's longer than that to Buffalo, Mom.
it is, well,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
maybe it was longer.
So did you have to call her from the hospital or you were still at home in labor?
Still at home and called, looking around. I knew the baby was coming.
Oh my goodness.
Because, you know, my water had broke.
And how much premature was Kit?
Yeah, Kit was 7
7
months.
months.
She was 7 months. And, oh, we need a tissue.
Okay, well, you guys have one more minute here. Oh, bye, Nate.
Is Nate going, honey?
I gotta take him to the doctor, Mom.
Already?
Well, I have to go to one doctor and get his records and then go to the other
Oh, okay. Goodbye, Natey.
Okay, so Catherine Louise was named after.
After my friend Kitty and Nana. Nana was Louise.
Was she proud of that?
Yes, she was. But I didn't name Mary Alice Mary Louise, which I would have done, but my sister put her foot down and had a fit.
Oh, because it had to be all Mary Alice, not just.
Not Mary Louise. She wouldn't be satisfied.
Aww.
So Nana was, you know, hurt. They were all excited because it was their first, you know,
Mhm.
and she had pictures before she was born with Mary Louise on it.